Pine hoverfly are critically endangered in Britain. They're restricted to just one small forest fragment in the Cairngorns National Park. The Pine hoverfly project started here at Highland Wildlife Park in 2018. So it's a very high pressure situation because we had half of the known UK population at our facility here. But we've gone on to build the project into a huge success from that point.
This is now 2024. Tell me where we are now.
So over the past few years, we've really gone from strength to strength. Starting with those 25 larvae, we now regularly breed 8,000 larvae every year. So you can see behind you here.
Jars?
Yes, so each of these jars has 20 pine hoverfly larvae in.
This is essentially the breeding centre, and then once they've reached a bit of maturity, it then goes to the next phase, which is
releases. So we bring the jars out into the forest, we empty them into these artificial rot holes, and we leave the larvae here to grow up and mature. They emerge out of the sawdust, they'll pupate around the edge here, and then emerge as adults and fly off into the forest to feed on things like the rowan trees that you can see around, find their mates, and then lay their eggs back in these kind of holes.
And what would happen if we cut down the pine forest?
There would be nowhere for them to live. We've got 4 release sites for pine hoverflies at the moment, and one of our big problems with this project is finding suitable habitat to release them into, because unfortunately, you know, the way that we use land in this country has really changed over the past few hundred years, and those big, complex old forests are really in short supply.
We've seen a decline in the insect population across the UK, and a lot of that's due to the lack of biodiversity and monocultures, and I think this is why we need so much natural old forest in order to be able to create a healthy ecosystem. What happens when you clear cut forest?
If you clear fell a forest, what you're essentially creating is a desert. So you might get some regeneration after some time, but you've just removed the homes and habitats of a lot of different species.
And I think that's one of the things about why we love bamboo so much, is that you don't clear fell. You just take a pole out at a time, so you're not destroying its natural habitats. You kind of retaining that biodiversity, and I think that's one of the things that we really want to part with sponsoring the project is to try to get back that natural capital that we're so lacking in.
100%, and that benefits everybody. So people are really reliant on natural capital, and whatever we do, the planet will still be here, but people may not. And so it's really important that we look after the natural capital and the natural assets that we have, both for the biodiversity that live here, but also for the people that depend on that biodiversity.